President of Gnhbpa prior to his election, that followed me, to be the one to give him this great award. And Dale has a lot of additional things that he will be doing. And it's just an honor. So Dale, would you please come up? The award says, on behalf of the Gnhbpa Business and Professional Association and the membership, present the Outstanding Businessman of the Year Award to Dale Bethune, President and CEO of CTEC of New Haven, October 26, 2007. Congratulations.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, I think you all should give yourself a round of applause because you're beautiful people and we appreciate you being here just to support. So I think we all need to. Second of all, I had a speech that I wrote and my wife called me from work and said, how's your speech going? I said, it's going great. She said, you want to read it to me? I said, it's too late to read it to you. So she says, don't worry, you'll be fine. So I figured I'd get up here and I'm not going to use the speech. Only because I don't like to be bossed around. But in any event, I would like to say thank you to this organization. This is an organization I have a great passion for. Through Gerald Clark, if you don't mind standing please, Mr. Clark. Under the guidance and direction of Gerald Clark, I came to Gerald Clark maybe about 12 or 13 years ago with a business plan, and I said, Mr. Clark, someone told me to come see you. I want to start a business. He says, well, write it down. I wrote it down. Before I wrote it down, I checked with everyone I could think of, and he said, this is excellent, this is great. I brought it to him, and he told me, it's not good enough. So he told me to go back and start over again. See, with working with this organization, good is not an option. They only accept great, and there's no substitution. So because of that, I was able to start my business. Not only was I able to start my business, I was able to start a training institution. So I do own my own school. Also, besides that, I had the courage and the tools to move on and do bigger and greater things. Up to a few months ago, I was contacted by U.S. Senator Chris Dodd's office. I was in the process of working on the first U.S. mentor protege program in the state of Connecticut. I passed with the state of Connecticut twice. Washington shot me down. Senator Dodd's office called me and asked me to come to Capitol Hill. I've never been to Capitol Hill. I'm a strictly poor boy growing up from the streets of New Haven. I learned life the hard way. But when I got with this organization, I turned my life around. And because of this organization, I was able to look up and push back. I looked up at Senator Dodd's office. They gave me the tools. I went down into Capitol Hill my first time. I didn't know what I was doing, but I went down here. Well, the long story short is I was able to accomplish what no one in the state of Connecticut has accomplished. I became the first mentor protege approved program in the state of Connecticut, in the history of Connecticut, and the second in the New England region of the United States. I just take a couple more minutes and I will gladly sit down. I want to mention to you one thing. What does this mean? Well, this means the federal government has a $20 billion annual set aside a year that they give to women, minority-owned and operated businesses. There's one catch. You must be certified. There's no one that has been certified in Connecticut, so that gives this organization a great task. Now, according to this organization and myself, we need to link up everyone in this room, and we need to come up with the next successful story. We can't stop with one. One is just the beginning. I feel God has blessed me tremendously, opened up the door for me, and it's up to me to give it back. So, under the direction of Mr. Gerald Clark, Cornell Wright, and hopefully the rest of you in the room, we can jointly get together, we can work and find the next successful story. I cannot rest until I pass the torch on. But what I would like to say one more time is, thank you to the organization. But I also would like to ask the Gnhbpa woman to stand, please. This is a very special woman in my life. When I was in 3rd grade, 1975, I met this woman. She told me what to do. She bossed me around. And then she said, you know what? I like this guy. I think he's going to make it. Well, what happened in the 3rd grade, I also met her daughter, my wife, Trina Wall. And she had no idea that we'd be married by now. But in closing, I'd like my wife to stand as well. I would like to sincerely thank my wife because she allowed me to be here tonight. Most of you, tonight is a dinner for you. Tonight is not just a dinner for me. Tonight is my 1st anniversary. I married this woman last year. We're celebrating. So with that, I would like to thank you for an award, and I would just like to remind you, it takes a village to raise a child. It took all of you in this room and people outside the room to raise up a voice like mine. Please remember, it takes a village. I'd like to be part of your village. Thank you. Good night.